Hello, hello, hello. We're going to just wait a second to let Facebook find us some folks. Facebook find us some folks who are going to listen in to what I have to say, what I have to say, what I have to say, what I have to say. Hello, hello. Once you get here, say hi. Hey, Sue, how are you, my dear? Happy New Year. Hey, Shantae, how are you? Or Shantane, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Yes, you are right, Sue. You are here, and that is all that matters. So, Happy New Year, first and foremost. I am on location in Orlando. I'm playing with the lighting. I might relocate. Hold on, let's see. I'm on location. I don't know if that's better. Maybe where I was fine. Okay, let's just sit back now. I am on location in Orlando, Florida. I am literally waiting for the clients in my Incredible Factor University Grow and Scale Mastermind to come and join us. So we do a business building retreat, a 2-day business building retreat every 90 days. And this time around, for the very first time, we rented a mansion and they are all coming to converge on this mansion here with me. So this is like a business building slumber party, right? And so I'm very excited. My assistant and I flew in yesterday. We got into the house. We got the house all set up and ready to go. It is ridiculous, this house. It is like crazy ridiculous. Let me see if I can just give you guys a little preview while we're still waiting for folks to join us. Try turning it around. Okay, so this is the great room. See that branding, right? Gotta always have your brand on display. So this is the great room. Let me circle. That's the dining room type of thing. This is the kitchen. We've got like an amazing theater room and 11 bedrooms. So, oh, I didn't show you outside. Hold on. I'm gonna sit back down. Let me just at least go to the window to show you the lanai and the pool area. If I open the doors, it's gonna make the alarm go off, so I won't do that. So this is where we're gonna be for the next days. And then when I'm finished with my clients here, I'm gonna hang out and I'm gonna be joined by the phenomenal Delatoro McNeil, if you know Del. And he and I are gonna start working on a project that we are launching together in 2019, or a partnership that we're creating in 2019 to take something that I've done historically to the next level. But none of that is the reason why I wanted to talk to you today. Again, Happy New Year. It is July. It is January the 9th, 2019. Okay. And I don't know about you. I don't know what's been happening in your life, but my life, my business has been bananas since January the 1st. And here's why. And this is the main reason why I wanted to jump on to you. I love numbers. I love numerology. I'm always checking to see what the spiritual meaning of numbers are and how I can use the spiritual meaning of numbers in order to get closer to God, to be in alignment, to set my business on a spiritual trajectory so that the things that I desire come to me easily and effortlessly, right? I really believe in the power of manifestation. I believe in the law of attraction. I believe in leveraging spiritual principles as the core strategy for growing a business, right? And so I wanted to talk to you about what the number 19 means and what it means for you in 2019. Okay. So if you're excited about hearing about what the number 19 means and what it means to you in 2019, just comment, keep going, Darnyelle, so that I know. I see all of you coming on and I'm so happy and grateful that you are here and that you've earmarked some time to hang out with me for a few minutes so I can just impart into you at the top of the year when it matters most, because we all know we set goals, we do our vision boards, we set goals, and it's grandeur and it's, as big as we think we can play. And then the end of the year arrives and we have not done a big portion of that. And I don't want that for you this year. So let's first talk about what the number 19 means. So again, I love numbers. I love numerology. I love looking at the spiritual meaning of numbers. And so the number 19 has 3 core meanings. You're going to want to write these down. Okay. So the first core meaning of the number 19 is spiritual significance. Spiritual significance. Someone put that in the chat for me. Thank you, Helen and Crystal, for letting me know that I should keep going. So the first meaning of 19 is spiritual significance. Spiritual significance. I will tell you what that means to me in just a moment. Okay. The second meaning of 19 is surrender. Surrender is the second meaning of the number 19, the spiritual meaning of the number 19. And the third definition of 19 or meaning of 19 spiritually is faith. Okay, so we've got spiritual significance, we've got surrender, and we've got faith. So what I'm going to invite you to do is reorder them. So the way that I gave them to you is the way that I found the meanings, right? Spiritual surrender, I found that one, or spiritual significance, I found first, then I found surrender, then I found faith, right? So I'm going to suggest to you that if you want 2019 to be your best year yet, even if 2018 was the most amazing year you've ever experienced on this planet, here is the formula. You have to surrender in faith. And when you surrender in faith, you will reach spiritual significance, right? So John Maxwell says, one of my favorite John Maxwell quotes. He says, and I quote, when you first taste significance, success will never do. Let me repeat that. When you first taste significance, success will never do. All right, so here we are in 2019, the year of spiritual significance, surrender, and faith, with an opportunity for you to taste significance. Success will never do when you taste significance. And success is subjective, right? And most people assume or assert that success is materialistic, right? If they're driving a nice car, if they're living in a beautiful home like the one my clients and I are going to be in over the next few days, right? If they have health and wealth, they are successful. But there are so many people who are successful that aren't significant. And so at the top of 2019, my recommendation for you, and you know, my clients are entrepreneurs, high achieving entrepreneurs of faith, who know that they don't have to choose, who know that they can love God with all that they are and have and make more money than they ever dreamt possible. Those are the people that I'm called to work with. So if that is who you are, then come into my camp, right? You want to make sure you go and join the 6-Figure Cash Flow Club for entrepreneurs. You want to be attached to me because I'm on a mission in 2019 to help entrepreneurs and small business owners surrender in faith so that they experience spiritual significance. And there's a couple ways that I'm going to be doing that this year. And this live wasn't really about that. I'm going to highlight them for you real quick, but I don't want to dally there. I want to talk to you about, I'm going to give you some tips to surrender in faith so that you can reach your spiritual significance, right? But I do want to tell you, because that is my mission, to help you to surrender in faith so that you experience spiritual significance, I want to tell you how I'm going to be doing that this year. In March, in the month of March, I am going on tour. For the last 8 or 9 years that we've been in business here at Incredible One Enterprises, we've gone on tour. We pick a minimum of 3 cities, a maximum of 7 cities, and we go out into the land and we equip, empower, educate, and entertain entrepreneurs to rise up into the highest version of themselves so that spiritual significance becomes relevant for them. So this March, we're doing it again. I like to do it in March, maybe because of the March Madness thing, but I love to do it in March, right? So you've set your goals and you've already broken every resolution, every goal you said you were going to meet by March. Let's just keep it real. And so we're going to be hosting the Breakthrough Tour. The Breakthrough Tour is designed to introduce you to the Breakthrough Blueprint, which is what I recommend that you do to surrender in faith and experience spiritual significance. Let me just tell you, when I first started leveraging the strategies and the principles in the Breakthrough Blueprint in my own life as I knew it really changed, right? It became less and less for me about the money, although I've always been making great money in my business. Well, not always. The first couple of years and the bankruptcy, we don't have time to talk about that. So that was the time frame when we weren't doing so well. But outside of that, I've always been doing well financially, but I was a one-trick pony. All I had was a big bank account. And I wanted so much more than that. I didn't want to just be a big bank account. Sure, you can give to the causes that are important to you. You can have nice things. You can drive a nice car. You can wear nice clothes, blah, blah, blah. But it gets old really fast when that's all you have is a big bank account. Darnyelle, Antoinette, Jervey, Harmon wanted significance. I wanted to be able to shake the planet. I wanted to be able to enter a room or work with an entrepreneur and have everything that they know about life change for them. To literally watch their eyes go wide open and them entertain the possibility that there is more available to them. That one of my clients says it all the time. She says, better is available. To entertain the possibility that better is available. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I needed to do to get significance. I also wanted to have someone to share it all with. Because again, what good is making a lot of money and being successful if you're lonely, if you are lacking something? I don't think that that's what God is about. I think God is about, sorry about that. Somebody tried to call me. I declined it though. I think that He is about, Marlena, can you call? Are you on the phone? Oh, she is on the phone. I was going to have Marlena call. I'm sorry, guys. My phone is ringing, but I got to keep talking to you. I can't answer them. So they'll have to wait a minute. But I was seeking something more. Having a big bank account wasn't enough. Not being alone, not having someone to share it all with wasn't enough. There's only so many times you can call your mama to tell her about your success, right? Can you feel me? And so I wanted significance and I wanted someone to share it all. And coming into this Breakthrough Blueprint in my own life is what brought my husband into view, which changed my life. I now have somebody amazing to share it with. I'm blessed to be in a position to have allowed him to retire from a job that he hated. And for the last year and a half, he has worked with me directly in the business. And now he has gotten some clarity about his purpose and his spiritual significance. And so he's ready to go out into the world and create his own. That brings me so much joy that my life and operating from the Breakthrough Blueprint has allowed that to come into view. So in March, we're going to be going to Atlanta. We're going to be going to the DC region, the DMV, and we're going to be right here in Delaware hosting the Breakthrough Tour. And if you know that more is available, that better is available, as my client says, if you know that you do not have a full understanding of all that is possible for you, all that God wants for you, I want you to meet me in one of those cities. We will be releasing the exact dates and where we'll be shortly. So be on the lookout for that. That is coming. Okay. So that's the first way that I want to help you to surrender in faith so that you experience spiritual significance. And then the second way is to come to Breakthrough in Business. It's my live experience. It's happening in May 21 through 24 is when it's happening. And it's going to be phenomenal. It is going to be bananas. So this will be the second time that we did it. We did it in 2018 for the very first time. And it was ridiculous. I still get chills when I think about what the Breakthrough experience was for the attendees. And this year I'm taking it up a notch. This year I'm inviting some of my clients to share their breakthrough story. I'm bringing in a few other guest speakers that are going to be able to enhance the content that I will be teaching you over 3 days. So it's me and you and your breakthrough over 3 days. So those are the two ways. In the first half of the year, we'll have more coming up in the second half of the year of how we're going to help you to surrender in faith so that you experience spiritual significance. So in the meantime, because it's January the 8th and the first opportunity won't start until March, right? For us to spend some dedicated time together working on getting you to the breakthrough, getting you to the manifestation of what it is that you are wanting. For those of you who, again, know that you can love God and make ridiculous amounts of money. You don't have to choose. You can have it all. Because I know you can have it all. You don't have to choose. It is going to require alignment of thought to get it. But you can have it all. And I want to teach you what that looks like and how you can set your life up to get that. Because you don't have to choose. But you do have to surrender in faith so that you get spiritual significance. Because once you've tasted significance, success will never do. So let me give you 3 quick tips, things that you can do right now today, January the 8th, in order to begin to surrender and set yourself up to operate in faith. And the reason why faith is so important is because God works through faith, right? For those of you who know the Bible, who know the Quran, who know the Torah even, they all talk about faith, right? They all talk about the importance of faith. And faith, if you go based on the definition, is the evidence of things unseen, right? It's knowing that if you go to sit down in a chair, like I just stood up, right? It's about knowing that if I have faith, that if I go to sit down in this chair, it will hold me. It's about going out to your car and hitting the button and having faith that your car will start. And here's the thing, we all have faith over those little insignificant things, but how many of us need to be honest with ourselves that we need faith over the big things that we want, right? Over the business, over the bank account, over the marriage, over the children, over the house. That's where we really need to enact our faith. And the way that we do that is through surrender, right? I heard it, the best way I've ever heard surrender described was I was listening to a podcast, and I cannot right now remember the name of the person who said this, right? But I have given them credit once, and you know how the saying goes, you give them credit once and then you make it your own, right? But the best way I've ever heard surrender described was this way, and I want you to think about the process of being arrested, right? So you're doing something you have no business doing, and a cop rolls up on you, put your hands in the air. Right? So that's the first sign or the first step of surrendering is to put your hands in your air. Let me tell you what happens when you put your hands up. You remove the likelihood that you are going to mess it up. Let me repeat that. You remove the likelihood that you are going to taint it, that you are going to prevent success from occurring because your hands aren't on it. Because see, how many of us would be honest and say that if we are being honest with ourselves, then we know that when we get involved, we jack things up, right? I was holding a sales conversation on Monday. I was having a discovery call with a potential client. And the client, I always ask the question, what is the likelihood of your being successful to achieve these goals that you've set for yourself without the help of an outside force? And he was very honest. He said, yeah, I'm the problem. I'm the gap, and it is not likely if someone doesn't step in and give me the accountability that I need. So surrendering, throwing your hands up, puts you in a position to take your hands off of it and to not mar the results, right? And that's what you need to do. If you want a business that serves you financially and spiritually, you have to remove the likelihood that you will jack it up. Because I promise you, in and of our own strength, none of this is possible, right? You think you built a 6-figure business, but it is truly the grace of God and being in a surrendered state and being in alignment, even in the little things that made that available to you, right? So that's the first thing I want you to do is I want you to think about throwing your hands up. So the question is that I want you to ask yourself is, what do I need to throw my hands up on right now to demonstrate to God that I'm taking my hands off of it and I'm going to enter into a space of trust that he's got it. So that's the first step of surrender. Throw your hands up, right? And again, we're talking about being arrested. Well, after they say hands up, the next thing they do is they say put your hands behind your head, right? So when you put your hands behind your head, you give them the opportunity to search your person. They're able to determine if there's something on you that would keep you from, or put you in a position where you could put them in harm's way, right? So when you put your hands behind your head, because we're talking about surrender, we're talking about God, we're talking about spiritual significance, what you are saying to God is, God, I trust you. Search my heart and my purpose and see that I am coming into alignment with all that you see me as, so that that can show up fully in every orifice of my life. That's what's happening when you put your hands behind your head. Okay. And thank you, Ursula, for transcribing this for me. I so appreciate you. Thank you so very much. But that's what happens when we put our hands behind our head, is we give God permission to search our heart and our purpose and our person, and to validate that we are truly aligned, or in the process of being aligned, in order to step into everything that he wants. Because here's what I need you to know. God is not the God of withhold. I know in some religions, they want to teach you that things are withheld or that there is punishment. But that's not God. God is about abundance and about love. He is about bringing to you all that you want. And here's why. Because he wants the glory. He wants others' lives to be changed. He wants others to be led to him because of what he did for you. Like, one of my prayers every single day is that if God uses me as an example of what is possible by being in connection, alignment, and in relationship with him, then I promise that I won't keep it to myself. And that's why every time you hear me talk, I'm interjecting spiritual principles in the conversation. You know why? Because businesses with a spiritual foundation go farther faster. It just is what it is. And I want to open you up to everything that's been waiting for you. I don't want you to wait to determine, after your life is over and to be walked to a room that held all of these gifts for you. I want you to be able to unlock your gifts right now. Right? And so that's why I do this. So again, the first phase of surrender is put your hands up. The second phase is put your hands behind your head. The third phase is put your hands behind your back, right? So once your hands are behind your back, and I know this from research, not because I have personally been arrested, just so we're clear. And again, I heard it on a podcast. I cannot remember the guy's name. Anywho, the third phase is putting your hands behind your back. When you put your hands behind your back, you are allowing yourself to be taken into custody. What would happen to your life and to your business if you allow God to take you into custody? What would happen? I'll tell you what would happen. Everything you've ever desired will be at your fingertips. That's what would happen. Right? Because I could go biblical on you, and I can recite all the scriptures that make everything that I'm saying to you come alive and make it real for those of you who understand the Bible and are believers and all of that. I could do that. I could absolutely give you probably about 5 scriptures right now. I'm not going to in the essence of time, because I got to get ready. I don't even know what time it is. I got to get ready to have a conversation with a potential client. Oh, it's 12:28. Marlena just told me. But the fact of the matter is this: unless you get taken into custody, all that you want will continue to elude you. And here's what happens when you get into custody with God. I'm not talking about being processed, although we could even liken it to being fingerprinted, being processed, and having your mugshot taken. Those are all measures of validating your alignment. Oh, that was good. Thank you, Jesus. Those are all measures of validating your level of alignment, right? Because see, having success, whatever that means to you, is about being in alignment and seeing yourself the way God sees you. It's about recognizing some of the promises that are made in the Quran, the Torah, or the Bible. It's about recognizing that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that you are a lender and not a borrower, right? And that you are the head and not the tail. And I could go on, and you are above and not beneath, right? And I'm going to add to that, you are a victor, not a victim. That's what being taken into custody and going through the processing process allows to take place. It's the validation of your surrender. It's full alignment. It's seeing yourself the way that God sees you. Because here's the thing, and I want you to ask yourself this question, and I know Ursula will capture this for me. If you saw yourself the way that God sees you, what would be possible for your life and your business? Let me repeat that. If you saw yourself the way God sees you, what will be possible for your life and for your business? I want you to start there. That's what I want you to start working on. I want you to start processing that. What would it be like? What would it look like if you saw yourself the way God saw you? Right? Because again, we're talking about surrendering in faith to get spiritual significance. And in getting spiritual significance, watching everything that you desire come into view. I want you to notice that I'm saying desire and not want. There's a vibration that occurs, right? So you know we're energy, right? We're just energy field. We are human beings we're spiritual beings having a human experience, and we are fields of energy, right? That is why when Newton said in the law of relativity, that energy is neither lost nor destroyed, it is merely transferred, because we're all energy fields. That's how you can walk into a room and feel an amazing surge of energy and have your levels increase and your ability to welcome in what you want increase, just the same as you can walk into an environment where the energy has been low and you can see you kind of submit and become subdued. Right? I can recall being like on the top of the world and someone in my life calling me that was in a bad mood or having a bad experience, and that changing the way that I felt, right? That's the power of energy, and that's who we are. So want is a word of lack. Desire is a word of possibility. Catch that. Want is a word of lack, but desire is a word of possibility. It's about what's possible for you to manifest in your life experience in order to be able to do the work that you were called to do. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what it is that I want for you, right? And so again, all year, my mission is to help you to surrender in faith so that you get spiritual significance. And in doing so, you open yourself up to a business that serves you financially and spiritually. You make more money than you ever thought possible doing only work that you love without hustling and grinding or being a slave to your business. And if you can get excited about that, there are two things I want you to do. Number one, I want you to go join the 6-Figure Cash Flow Club for entrepreneurs. That is my exclusive community here on Facebook. And I want you in it. That's the first thing. And then number two, if you'd like to have a conversation with me or a member of my team about how we can help you to surrender in faith and get spiritual significance so that you can build a business that serves you financially and spiritually and unlock 6-figure cash flow while doing only work that you love, then I want you to go to Darnyelle.com/session. Darnyelle.com/session. That will open you up to an opportunity to have a conversation with me or a member of my team about your business. Here's what I want to talk to you about in this session. Number one, I want to hear about your goals. What is it that you are seeking, right? What is it that you're wanting in order to usher yourself into spiritual significance? What is the gap that is happening right now? And what is your business? How's your business set up in terms of seeing whether or not your business as it stands right now can fill the gap for you? So I want to have this complimentary conversation with you. And here's what I promise. I'm going to be all the way real with you. I'm going to tell you the truth. And if I can help you to get the spiritual significance that you want in your life because of your business, I'm going to invite you to hire me. It's that simple. I'm going to keep it real with you. It's what I do. I turn everyday entrepreneurs into CEOs of companies that serve them financially and spiritually. I help them to make more money than they ever could on their own. And I do it through leveraging spiritual practices, and principles with business growth strategy. That's what I do. That's who I am. That's how I roll. That's how I serve. And if you could get excited and you want some of that, then holla at your girl by going to Darnyelle.com/session. Again, I want to thank you, Ursula, for being my transcriptionist. I so appreciate you in that way so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You didn't have to do that, but for you to avail yourself to me in that way warms my heart. So if you would do me a favor, Ursula, and I want you to inbox me your address, I would like to send you a gift. I would like to honor you for serving and helping me to serve during this Facebook Live. So if you would send me an inbox with your address. I'm in Florida until Monday, and my assistant is with me. She'll be back to work on Monday. She's not staying with me. Well, when we get back next week, we're going to send you something in the mail as a thank you for doing that. I so appreciate you. Thank you all so much for your time and your attention. Share this to your page. If you know someone who needs to hear this, please share it. Don't keep it to yourself. Help me to get in touch with those people that I don't know that I should know that you absolutely know. Okay? So share this to your page. And if you catch this in the replay, #replay. This is Darnyelle Jervey Harmon. I'm out. Oh, one of my clients just arrived. I'm out. I got to go. I love you. But let's go get that spiritual significance together, shall we? Darnyelle.com/session. See you guys next time. Take care.